Very good one for Nigeria. Against all odds, no one expected Nigeria to do the job, but against all odds, we pulled it. Like we always say, the Nigeria spirit. Whenever you don't expect anything from Nigeria, they just give it all out to you. And big one for Nigeria, big one to senior man to Kelechi Iheanacho for pulling it all well, man. It's a good one for him, good one for Nigeria. 3 points. We'll move on from here, and it's this sky is the limit from here on, man. So we just, in case you have anything to say about the game, it's a fantastic.
We now,
Yes,
we now,
so we have won.
Nigeria, we don't win, no.
We
We
have
now,
won,
pata
man.
pata, we
We
go
have
win
won, man.
forever. We now.
We
Let me
have won.
just say
Yeah,
that I did not expect this performance.
at all, man, at all.
I did not expect us to not only win the game. If we had lost, I would have been fine with it
Mm-hmm.
because of just how the whole setup, the preparation, how these young boys were put under a microscope for what was not their fault,
Mm-hmm.
how poor leadership, how lack of planning has affected them as a team. A coach that should have been fired right after the last game in November got dragged into December, affected the whole team. Some of the players that are on this team, God forgive me, shouldn't even be on this team. But because we have missed out on some players, we had to now fall back on them. When we started making substitutions, I was getting scared because our bench is not that deep. But you have to give credit to Coach Augustine Eguavon. Coach Eguavon is the man of the match. If you haven't seen it, there's a video on YouTube by a group called Athletes. I'm going to push them because I'm actually on an advisory board with these guys. And they did a video interview with Eguavon breaking down tactics before he was hired as the interim coach of the Eagles. He obviously is the technical advisor. So they did a video breakdown, and Eguavon was talking about the spine of the team, right? The goalkeeper, the center back, one of your center backs, you're holding midfield, and just right down the line. Look, guys, for years, Nigerians have been asking for Joe Aribo to give us this performance that he gave us today. Joe Aribo and Wilfred Ndidi. Oh my word. It's going to be tough for anybody to knock those two off their perch. Aribo was everywhere, box to box, breaking down passing lanes here and there. Here is one of the things that you guys do not understand that this team has done. They were not only breaking down passing lanes, they were stopping the passes that were getting to Salah. So that way there wasn't so much pressure on the center backs. This is how football operates. Man, this is beautiful to watch. Look, the tension, make I start to talk pidgin. The tension will knock me, my chest, they panic. Because I'm like, we going to lose this game so? Because I tell you one thing, if we had Victor Osimhen in this game, we are burying this game. This game would have been done and dusted probably in the first half. And it's not bragging. People say, Nigerians are coming. No, there's no bragging here. This is a fact. This game would have been done and dusted. But we have what we have. We'll take what we have and we'll roll with the punches. I've always said from the jump that in order for us to avoid the teams that I wanted us to avoid, and people say, we're Nigeria. No. If you look at our team, the way we have been playing, like Charles said, Charles is going to come up in a little bit. I'm going to actually ask him to speak. We were not that impressive. So where was this audacity? Where was this effrontery to be so bold that we're going to go out and win today when the team didn't really show anything? But what was the changing factor? A different manager, a different voice. And we saw what we saw today. We saw an inspired Moses Simon. Moses, as like Moses in the Bible, tormenting the Egyptians. We saw an inspired Kelechi Iheanacho, an invigorated midfield of Joe Aribo and Wilfred Ndidi. Just magnificent performance from those two. And to be fair, a great performance, maybe not the best performance, but a very good performance from a player that we have criticized a lot, William Troost-Ekong. On that note, let me yield the floor to the one guy that is Team Nigeria all the way, Mr. Austin. The floor is yours.
Suleiman. How many times did I call you?
How many times you all call me? Waiting. I know team now. Let me see what
when I talk, you guys should listen. Remember when I analyzed that lineup, what did I say is the joker that Guava has introduced that will do it for us?
You said Awoni.
Awoni.
I think it's Awoni you said.
Austin, are you there? I think we have lost Austin now.
Yeah, I think
Austin
so.
lost me.
Yeah. Charles, you wanna step to the mic?
Oh boy.
Charles, first of all, you need to start by apologizing to the whole gang because
Oh boy.
you
What
were
am I
Mr.
apologizing for?
You were Mr. Negative, bro.
No, he
No.
wasn't.
You-
He wasn't,
No,
Obie.
no.
Obie, he wasn't.
No.
I'm gonna defend
Yes, you
Charles
need to
on this.
apologize.
Hold on, guys. Hold on,
Yeah.
guys.
I
Hold
was
on.
not.
Guys, he wasn't negative.
Apologize to us.
You cannot have watched Nigeria over the last 3 years if you truly have watched Nigeria and think that we're gonna go into this game and beat Egypt. But Charles, go ahead.
You know who I blame? I blame Gennett Raw. Gennett Raw has affected me psychologically to where now, when Nigeria is playing, I'm thinking like Gennett Raw. Say, our opponents, they have people in Liverpool, they have people in Arsenal, and our best player is playing for Leicester. That's what Gennett Raw used to say before we go play any game, or if we play a game against a top team and we don't win. What Eguavoen did today, he has his beliefs as a coach, and he didn't let anybody, idiots like me, come and tell him that, hey, you are playing Egypt, you need to box. No, he went and said, I am the coach of Nigeria. This is Nigeria Super Eagles, and we are going to go and play Egypt. We are going to go and play attacking football. What you ended up seeing was the Egyptian coach was not the one that was not respecting Nigeria. The Egypt in the first half looked like they were playing against Germany or Italy. Egypt had back five, plus 4 midfielders, plus Ole Salah, and I say, look at, they were giving us so much respect, and then our boys now grew into the game and realized that Egypt were actually scared of us. And then that right back for Egypt, after today, may they carry and go church, may they pray for her. Because the way Moses Simon cook am today, he done well. Cook am. If Moses Simon had an inch of a left foot, hey God. In short, I couldn't even, this is the first time in a long time I watched Nigeria's game. I all balance. No tension, no nothing. Because it was very obvious from the first start that we were going to win. Yeah, we made it a little bit tricky because we didn't finish our chances. But our coaching crew, led by Coach Eguavoen, coached a 4-0 game today. That was a 4-0 game. That's what the coaching crew did. The players played a 1-0 game. But the coaching crew gave us 4-0. Belefu. Chop Belefu. Egypt now, they have to go and figure out themselves. What me I don't want now is because we are beating Egypt, we think that the tournament is over. African football is very tricky. Sierra Leone just proved they didn't let Algeria beat them. We have 2 tough games. Sudan is going to be tough, whether we like it or not. Yes, they are not Egypt, but they have nothing to lose. They are going to come lay it out on the field. We have to go and finish the job. We cannot let these 3 points go to waste, and then we'll go into the last game against Guinea-Bissau doing maths to figure out if we will qualify or not. We have to go, same professional outlook, same way at Nigeria. Let us go and play our football, and we'll go and get our 3 points. I'm very, you don't think we're happy for Nigeria game like this. Even when we beat Croatia in the World Cup, even though I was in Russia when we beat Croatia in the World Cup. Iceland. Sorry, my brother. My excitement, I cannot even put my words together. When we beat Iceland in the World Cup, the feeling, it wasn't like this. To where, yes, so there was alcohol involved that time, but this one I balanced well. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Congrats to the guys, but let's finish up on Saturday.
Well, give my phone, leave Twitter. Twitter, they chop man.
Real quick, before we bring on any other speaker, I have to say, I'm going to bring on Austin next. I have to say, this has been the most exciting match Nigeria has played that I have seen in a very long time. This is shades of Stephen Keshi's Nigeria. And what's the correlation with Stephen Keshi and Nelson Eguavoen? They played together. One of the things Keshi always mentioned there, may so rest in peace, was taking Nigeria back to the day where we played with that style of the Okochas, the Yakinis, the Amokachis, where there was a sense of purpose. There were Ghanaians on Twitter today that were excited to watch Nigerian game and were wanting to see that from their own national team. They were saying Nigeria today was playing with not only a sense of purpose, that this looked like a final match and not an opening match of the team about to embark on the tournament. Austin, the floor is yours if your mic is working this time.
I think he's dropped down to listener. So not sure what's going on with his internet.
Let's have Kenny. Kenny, the floor is yours.
Oh my God, today is amazing. You know, earlier this month I was like, what does Moses Simon? What is he giving to NFL? Why they keep inviting this guy? I was so mad at them. Like, but this guy proved me wrong today. This guy, the guy is up to something. He will come back to defend. His pressing is amazing. But let's be honest, some of those changes this guy made were too early. Chukwueze could have still been in that match. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to downplay their effort. They did a good job. I mean, the coaching crew. But I think some of those changes were too early. That's my take. Thank you. Good job, guys.
Kenny. Chukwueze was not in the game at that point in time. And actually, I tweeted 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before he got yanked. He wasn't contributing to the attack. He was a liability to the defense. At that point in time, the coach should take him off. Now, it's unfortunate you've been
honestly. Hold
on a second.
Half the timeline wanted him off.
Hold on a second. Half the timeline, right?
Yeah, half the timeline wanted him off.
You've been used to, Kenny has been used to Genetro substitution style. He will wait till like the 80th minute. That's what it is. 5 years of Genetro will cause that now. That's what it is. You've been used to Genetro substitution.
My brother, Genetro don't scar off.
Let me make my final point. You see,
go ahead.
Everybody, be honest. I think Simon surprised us today. He still needs to work on his
because he was actually played in his position. Genetro played him out of position half the time. Go back and look at the 2019 AFCON. The winning goal against South Africa was a corner kick from Moses Simon. He came on for Ahmed Musa and he changed the game. He had an impact. So Moses Simon is not a terrible player. We're not saying he's a world beater. We're not saying he's a world beater.
One thing about the guy is very, very hardworking. See him in the defending, running. He's a very hardworking player. You can't take that off from him. I know how to put pressure on the defender. Oh, good job to him today. I don't know. I think that goal from Kelechi was amazing. That was a good goal. Maybe that was the reason they gave him the man of the match. But Moses Simon and Aribo, the Aribo guy, another fantastic guy. Ball control, everything. He knows his onions. Good job, guys. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kenny. Fumi, you have your hand up. Let me have you go. And then Austin, hopefully your mic is working and you go after Kenny. After Fumi, sorry.
Good evening. Wow. But for the first time in watching a Super Eagles game, I noticed that Nigeria sustained the pressure, the tempo of the game from the very first minute to the very last minute. Normally, we see them dropping off tempo at a point in time, but this game today, they played as a team, as a unit. We saw people covering up for the blemishes of others. We saw people filling up the position of others. Ndidi filling in as the holding midfielder gave his the opportunity to actually run ahead and actually be everywhere to pick up loose balls and also provide extra support for players that needed it at that point in time. The defense was fantastic, and yes, Moses Simon, I know everyone can get enough of Moses Simon's performance today. It was top notch. It was fantastic. He played his wing well. He coordinated things well. Yes, like everyone said, he just needs to work on his crosses into the box, because in crucial games, if we are going to the World Cup with a team like this, we need every opportunity to count, every cross to count. So hopefully they work on it and they balance everything up, and the team can play fantastically well in the next couple of games. But I actually believe that the Super Eagles put a world-class performance today, a performance that remains unrivaled in the tournament so far. I actually enjoyed the game basically, and this is like the first time in a long time I'm actually enjoying the game played by the Super Eagles. It wasn't lacking in any aspect of the game, so I just hope that they can sustain the momentum and they can keep the tempo up. And yes, I'm definitely the semi-finals is just like a place that we'll just touch before we move to the finals, hopefully.
Fumi, great point that you mentioned right there. That is a great point. Someone, I think it was a Nigerian journalist that said Janine Anthony said it's been a tournament of little margins. The Super Eagles stepped in, stepped up, and have made this a tournament of fine margins because they've become an absolute force with this huge win over Egypt. This has been the best game of this AFCON so far. All the other games I've had, basketballs, gidigbo football,
I agree with you. This is the best
rough,
game. Very, very entertaining too.
rough tackles. We saw the Burkina Faso player like less than a minute into the game, almost breaking the leg of the Cameroonian player. Like this game has been by far the best game of the AFCON. And for me, great point there. It was a great watch, even though tension won't kill me. Okay, Austin, the floor is yours. And then
Right.
So let me
Harry
start
Boss,
with
you go after.
congratulations to everyone who stood by the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And if you're part of those who said, "Oh, you're disappointed with this team, we don't have a team," well, we're going to go under my last tweet and say, "I'm sorry, Austin," and start supporting your country because I told you
Baba, you
guys.
don't
Listen,
come. Baba, we
listen,
don't
listen,
want here. I
listen,
told
listen,
you
listen.
so.
I will
Baba, we don't
break
want here.
this
I told you
table.
so. Now
I
vibes and
will
inshallah with
break
it right
this
now.
table,
Baba,
Suleiman.
chill.
Leave me alone. I just want to make this point before I go on. I will make a louder noise when I go on my show tonight. Nigerians go hear word. So what I'm trying to say is this. We have a good team in the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I was starting with two players and I told them, I said, you guys have been getting so much disrespect, so much insult. Go get back your respect. And this is how to get back your respect. Sudan, I agree with what Charles says. Sudan and Guinea-Bissau are pretty decent. I keep reminding people that Ghana couldn't beat Sudan. But when you beat a team like Egypt, that's how to say respect me. So any other team is coming to play you now, put some respect to your name. They needed to do this. Suleiman, in the first 15 minutes, my eye was just on Salah. He lost the ball 5 times. That's what I told you. That's what I told you before this game started. I will be under so much pressure. And if he keeps losing the ball, Egypt will struggle. And that's what happened. I told you guys also that the inclusion of Aribo is a fantastic move by Austin Eguavoen. It was the joker of the tactics. And it worked so well with Wilfred Ndidi. In all, Kenneth Omero, for instance, I just praise fine. He completed about 22 passes under 30 minutes in the first half. Fantastic Super Eagles play. And this is what I keep telling people that were supporting Gennaro. I said, look, it's not like he's not doing a job, but he's not using the team and showing the quality of the team. Austin Eguavoen, what he has just done now is just came to tell us that, look, I have been monitoring this team. I know this team. And in his role as technical director, he's obviously he has shown that he was studying match reports, technical analysis about this team, and that's why. Oh my God, I don't even know where to start. Is it Zaidu Sanusi? Is he online? No? Did you see the runs they were making, opening into spaces, closing down these people? And I said it at the start that this fourth is going to work magic for us because everyone was coming back. You lose the ball, you win it again. They were sucking pressure on this overhyped Egyptian team. Thank you very much. Now watch my show and hear more. I'm not talking much. Bye.
The one we don't talk never reach.
Ah,
Well done
no,
there.
no, I
Well done
never
there.
see anything. What channel by 9 p.m.?
Well done there. Well done there.
Like, right.
Aribos,
Yeah,
the floor is
I'm
yours.
here. I'm here. I'm here.
Go
Right.
ahead.
So the game was fantastic. And what I'll say is to the Europeans or to the Premier League or some people who thought that the African Cup of Nations is just a mere cup. Anybody that saw this match today is almost like a proper, top Champions League standard. Everybody was, it was just a fantastic game. And also, I want to give credit to the supporters club, because they were so noisy. I mean, it's almost like they were the only people in the stadium, and this is what you used to get in the olden days. The Nigerian supporters club used to be the best, and this is what I saw today.
All right, thank you, my man. That's a good one. Ike, you have your hand up, and then we'll have Ogaga afterwards.
Man, thank you so much. I dey use I find Bruno. We talk too many things. You are
Seems like we lost Ike. Ogaga, go ahead.
or more like I don't really know where to start, man. But for the first 15 minutes, it has been
Start anywhere. You don't have to have anywhere to start. Start
yeah.
anywhere. The floor
Yeah,
is yours.
first 15 minutes has been the most impressive display from a Super Eagles team in a very long while. You know, classic Manchester City style play football, mad high intensity, pressing from top, cutting passing lanes, ball victory, tension on point. Both midfielders were winning everything. The second balls, and I think Taiwo Awoniyi and when Sodikuma came on too, that they did the good job, of holding up play, winning balls from the air, dropping it down. Kelechi as a second striker, he was getting those balls as well. Like everything just seemed on point. Both wing backs knew their job. And the funniest thing about this display is that the main man that most Ghanaians were looking up to was Samuel Chukwueze. Of all of the players on the pitch today, this is no slight on him, but it was the worst from the Super Eagles perspective, and it was clearly, clearly something that we could have overlooked because of the performance of everybody else on the pitch. When Chidera Ejuke came in, he did a very good job. Although he had two chances, he could have squared back. He went for glory, and it just didn't come off. I was so impressed with the Super Eagles today. I can only think and only imagine, what the likes of Victor Osimhen and Emmanuel Dennis and all others, who have missed the trip to Cameroon, what they must be feeling right now, because I can tell you that they would want to be part of, this victory. And it's just chipping to see what would happen at the end of the year as well with performances like this. If people perform so well, it's going to be hard to drop them when Qatar comes coming in 2022.
We never qualify for Qatar yet. Oh, Mona know the jump the gun. Nigerians, you go still play playoffs. Good job, though, Dada. Good job. Reese, the mic is yours. We'll have Reese jump in, and then after that, we'll have a Biomi and then Stampy. My man, Reese, are you there? Okay. If not, Reese, we'll go to a Biomi.
Hi everyone. I think it was a fantastic performance, really. All round, I think the whole team covered up pretty well. One thing I noticed though was, Samuel Chukwueze. I don't think he performed badly. I just feel that the Egyptians didn't just let him because they've known that he's a threat, right? Because of where he plays in La Liga. But I could be really excited, but at the same time, knowing our Super Eagles team, we just have to keep motivating them, keep supporting them. I think the support has been great, from what I've seen everywhere around the world. Online, social media, support has been great. It's just my prayer that we could really go far and, hopefully win this, because I think that's the ultimate goal. One game against Egypt, yes, it makes a statement, but the end game is, getting to that final and, laying our hands on the trophy. It might not seem possible, but, with the performance of the team tonight, and that dedication, you could see that if they all work together, right, we could really, 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 really do great things. I think it was, a brilliant performance in my opinion. But we see what happens in the next game and the next, and we'll just keep supporting the team, until we see the end of where they could get to at the end of this tournament.
Suleiman, are you there? No, I think Suleiman's network is. Ovid, do you have something to say about this?
I think have we lost everybody or what?
Oh no, I think Abayomi, you have something to say?
No, I just hope that my statement didn't turn everybody else's mic off.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I must commend the Super Eagles. It was a very good game. One of the few games I've watched Super Eagles, and I've seen a very balanced performance, with every player making contribution, covering for each other. I think I especially like that midfield, that pivot, where we saw indeed he sit a bit deeper, and Aribo was more of an influencer in the game, picking up those passes, and the forward players making good runs. I think Eguavoen got his tactics spot on in this game, and I feel Nigeria have made a statement. Other teams will be watching out for us. They'll probably start looking for ways to nullify our play if they get to play us in the future in this tournament. So I think it's a very good game for the Super Eagles. They just have to keep it up. One thing I would like to see in our next matches is just our ability to finish up chances. This game should have ended way beyond 1-0. We should have scored at least 2 or 3 more goals. But this is the first game, but I think that's one thing they should work on, just converting those chances. They might not come as frequently in other matches, so it will be very important that when they get in the position to to score, they make it count. But really balanced performance from all sides, from the defense to the midfield. To the attack. I think it was just a very well coordinated game, and yeah, big ups to Guavo and the team. They really did a good one on this team. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Stan P. And I think one thing we are forgetting as Nigerians is that Austin Eguavoen has a lot of experience in this thing. Now, I spoke about it when we were doing the pre-match. I said, Eguavoen, don't forget that he was part of the coaching crew that followed Christian Chukwu when they won once in 2004, and he also led the team in 2006. And not forgetting that he was also part of the team as a player that won gold in 1994. I think this experience counted a lot in this, even though he has just been in players for less than a month. I think he has been able to understand the competition properly, and he knows that, okay, this is how you play this, and this is how you balance both teams. So for me, I think that was one of the key factors going forward in this competition. I think going to be key even going forward in the next game when we play our next game. I think against Sudan. Not sure yet. I think again we're playing Sudan next. So this is going to be a key factor, and going forward, we just have to hope that we keep the intention.
Thank you for that.